like to invent things, take pictures, and learn about all the new stuff I can. I absolutely love maps.
My name is Katya. I love meeting new friends, reading books, and writing realistic fiction. And names, I just adore people's names. They're just fascinating. We're about to take a really big field trip. Why don't you come along for the ride?
Istanbul is the only city in the world that is on 2 continents, Europe and Asia.
Check it out, a map!
Well, since Istanbul is a city on 2 continents,
The biggest.
that means the country Turkey is located on 2 continents. The western 3% is located in Europe, while the eastern 97% is located in Asia. A strait called the Bosphorus separates the 2 continents.
The Bosphorus looks like a river on the map, but it's really called a strait because it's a large water source that connects 2 seas. So straits connect 2 seas. In the case of Turkey and the Bosphorus, those seas are the Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara.
Turkey is just over 485,000 square miles in size. Sounds big, but that means it's just slightly larger than the state of Texas. That seems kind of small to us here in America, but compared to some countries in Europe, it is kind of big. Like 2.5 times the size of Italy, or larger than France and the United Kingdom put together. The language spoken in Turkey is Turkish.
Gobble gobble.
No, not that Turkey, silly. Turkish, the language of Turks. And just like here in the United States, there are variations of that language, like different accents and pronunciations for words, depending on which part of the country they are spoken. And many people speak English in Turkey.
Many people think of camels and deserts and people flying around on magic carpets when they think of Turkey. But the fact is, Turkey is a very modern and industrialized country. People drive modern cars, they're big cities, and nearly everyone has a cell phone, or at least it seems that way.
Turkey's population is about 72 million people. Here in the United States, we have more than 300 million. That means there are about 4 times as many people here in the United States. But we live in a country more than 4 times the size of Turkey. That means Turkey is more crowded than the United States. Most of the people in Turkey live in cities.
During our trip, we visited 3 big cities. The biggest city in the United States is New York City, with just over 8 million people. Istanbul has a population of nearly 12 million people. Now that's a lot of people.
We also visited Ankara, a city of a mere 4.5 million people.
And Izmir, with a population of nearly 4 million.
Now, while all of those numbers sound really big, we thought the best way to start our journey was to get small.
How about a place where we can see 3,000 years of history in miniature?
Miniaturk.
Mini Turkey.
Located in the heart of Istanbul, Miniaturk is like previewing our trip in miniature. 105 models of Turkey's most prominent buildings and monuments are displayed in a huge park. Each building is in 1/25th scale.
That means they are 25 times smaller than the real-life counterpart, or 1/25th the actual size.
It doesn't take long to realize that this country has some incredible sites that are rich in history. Get ready, because we're about to see some of these incredible places, full-sized and for real.
The first coins ever made were minted in Turkey in the 7th century BC. How old is that? How about since before the beginning of recorded time?
back in Turkey, you're reminded that the world is very old.
We visited the Museum of Anatolian Civilization. This is one of the richest museums in the world. And they have artifacts that date back to the Neolithic Age. Today, that period is known as the Stone Age.
That means it's really, really old. Some of the artifacts in the museum are nearly 10,000 years old. Back when man first began to make tools, and then used the tools to create objects that resembled and celebrated the world around them. As we walked through the museum, it was like watching man grow up. Whoa! The artifacts became more ornate. They became more and more sophisticated. And they were all quite beautiful. It seemed like everywhere we looked, there was another amazing discovery. I love it! Oh, I love it!
The museum is a cool place to see the world through the eyes of ancient humans. It's a place where ordinary things, like jugs to hold water, become art. And it was just a ton of fun.
But we soon found out we didn't have to be in an indoor museum to get a first-hand look at old.
This is Ephesus, an ancient city originally settled thousands of years ago. It eventually became an important part of the Roman Empire, but it was destroyed by the Goths in the 3rd century. As you can see, its wonders and the spirit that built them are still very much alive. It's hard to imagine something so grand could have been built nearly 2,000 years ago without cranes and bulldozers and computers. It's hard to imagine there's even more great stuff to see on our Turkish adventure. But there is.
Almost everywhere you look in Turkey, you can see evil eye charms. Some people think they protect you from evil.
My name's Jonathan Dunn. I'm from Reno, Nevada, and I'm studying here at Yamanan for my 10th and 11th grade, since the systems are different. So would you guys like to see what's different about our schools compared to schools in America?
Sure.